Yeah, a lot of talent in the area. So, it sounds cool to gig Berlin. It does sound like some cool nightclub, I think. You could definitely have a cool nightclub that was called that. People are like, yeah, that sounds good. Giga Shanghai too. It sounds pretty cool. Pretty
we
fun.
Should party in Giga Shanghai.
Yeah. We should have like a rave cave in the.
There's a lot of space around the factory side.
Yeah.
Well, you should have like your own nightclub.
Yeah. I think that would be who doesn't know.
Who doesn't want
We should do that. I feel like I'd go for sure work at a company that's got the nightclub. That sounds way more fun.
Didn't you want to put a roller coaster into the Fremont factory?
Yeah.
You still gonna do that?
I mean, I think that would be pretty fun to do. Yeah. I think we could just like do, just basically have like, we just needed a rail that can support like a modified Teslas, and then.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Can you imagine a plaid?
Yeah, just like zip around and
around the factory in like 5 seconds.
Doors would be booked for months.
Yeah, we should get in right now. Awesome.
Yeah, we kind of actually, in various parts of the factory, we have vehicle conveyance systems. They just don't move that fast, but they're kind of like roller coasters that move slowly.
You can speed them up.
Yeah, you can speed them up. Exactly. So, yeah. But yeah, overall, I'm feeling pretty, I don't want to tempt fate or anything, but feeling pretty good about where things are headed. I think there's just like a lot of good things. Model Y coming out this year, and some exciting announcements about batteries. A lot of progress in autopilot. Yeah. And so Berlin, Giga Berlin, and then making progress on some of the new vehicle developments. And the solar glass roof, getting that rolled out.
The Cybertruck got received really well, I think.
Yeah.
Did you expect that many orders?
Not really.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. when I first saw the Cybertruck in Franz's design studio, I mean, Elon had told me that this was a daring design. Although I think you're the most excited about this design than any design.
Yeah, I think it's our best product ever.
Yeah, and I saw it. I was just taken aback, and not by the design so much, by the pure aggression that the truck. You stand in front of it, and you're like, okay, I'm afraid. It really is like a badass truck.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like a lot of reasons why people buy pickup trucks, in the US is like because it's like the most badass truck, like which one's the toughest truck, and it's like what's tougher than a truck? A tank. Like a tank from the future. So it's like
my niece in Cochrane, which is near Calgary, she's a dirt bike rider champion, and already 5 Cybertrucks were ordered just the day.
5 Cybertrucks.
Because
Just in case the first 4 are busy.
Yeah, 5 of her friends ordered.
She's done her.
And she's also pretty good.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they just love it.
Yeah, it's literally like, so how do you out tough a truck? You just make a futuristic armored personnel carrier, and that's tougher than a truck.
And I feel like autonomy will probably be very mature by the time it ships too.
For sure.
So how many Cybertruck orders do we have right here?
Raise your hand.
I got one.
2.
We all have Cybertruck orders.
2? I ordered 3.
I mean, it's gonna be pretty special and not look like other things. So yeah.
It looks so cool. Like the first time I show it to my son, it's like, Daddy, this is something from Alien. This is his first impression.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, it is.
That's how it was designed. It's like, what's the, let's make a futuristic armored personnel carrier, and so the inspiration board was literally Blade Runner, like sort of Mad Max, Back to the Future, Aliens.
Aliens.
So That's why it looks like that.
like the pre-order number is amazing.
Well, it's got to be over like 400,000 now, right?
I think way more.
mean,
I think it was just so risky, and it just like at first people were like, even people who like were hardcore fans were like, oh, this when it first rolled out, and then people are like, you know what?
Wait a minute, like
this is kind of amazing. I want this.
You could see it like there was like in person. You could see it happening really fast.
it's
like
growing.
the reaction and then the processing, and then you're seeing all the features, and then the range and the price. Those are the compelling things that really
killing
like just hit everybody.
Yeah,
really.
the 40,000 was the biggest shocker.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, people are going to be buying
and
this.
that range too.
Yeah.
Like it's just
No,
it
actually,
was
the
beyond.
69,500 miles with 2.9 seconds. Like, come on, like, dude, you have to get it. Like, no way. Yeah. It's
Well, and Sid Mead
amazing.
loved it too, right?
He did actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the last things he said actually.
That's, yeah.
Did he have a drive in it?
And no, he saw pictures of it, but I think he was not. Obviously, he died recently, so he didn't. He saw pictures and he said, "Yeah, that's great." And he said, "Send us a note, like he loves it." You know.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So, but you know, you want to have these things that inspire people. It feels different, not like everything else is like the same. It's like variations on the same theme. You want to have something different. But you say like how many? I wasn't sure if nobody would buy it or a lot of people would buy it. It just wasn't. You know, didn't. I don't know. But you know, I just told team like, listen, if nobody wants to buy this, we can always make one that looks like the other trucks. That's not like
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always just try it and see
we
how
could say
people
like,
feel.
okay, it was a. You know, we could say, okay, it was a weird failure, but now we'll make one that looks just like the others, and there you go. So
It seems to have captured the whole world though, like elevated Tesla in the cultural zeitgeist in a way that like is so exciting. Like the Travis Scott music video already happened. Like that was so.
cool.
I was
That was
waiting
cool.
for the first music video, and I was
free
like,
advertising, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
awesome.
Really cool.
yeah, it's going to be hard to make that, by the way. So it's not. Because it's a different architecture. It's an exoskeleton architecture, so there isn't any cars out there that have an exoskeleton architecture. So you got to rethink how all the internals of the car are done, so that you can use the external shell as a load-bearing structure instead of just basically thin sheet metal that is effectively just there for aerodynamic reasons. So you could take the external what's called the A-class surfaces off most cars and still drive around with you'd lose almost no structural value. They usually go very, very thin sheet metal, so it's all endoskeleton. So there'll be some challenges building that.
It's a Starships 3. It's a Starships, yeah.
You can use the same steel as the ship.
Yeah, I'd love one of those limited quantity ones.
Oh, I know.
Sure,
Like
sweet.
Tim had shouted out.
Yeah,
about,
Tim had asked about that. Everyday astronaut.
Yeah,
He's a cool guy.
he is a cool guy. He really knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, so there's a lot of a lot of good things. There'll undoubtedly be some setbacks along the way, but it's looking pretty good.
Should we do some closing thoughts?
I just remember when I got my Model 3, it was like a difficult time in my life, and it made it easier. And, you don't have to buy gas, car drives you around. It just makes your life better. All of our lives in these little ways, like all this struggle you do, it really makes things better and just makes you hopeful and inspired. And, I just can't thank you and the whole Tesla team and enough for all the love you put into the car. And every day it's just happy because I have a Model 3.
That's cool. I'm glad you like it. That's our goal. Our goal is to, maximize make people like really touch people's heart, with the product. And it's I think like too many of these companies out there that design these things with just sort of a spreadsheet and sort of marketing surveys and that kind of thing, without saying, "Do you love it?"
Do you love the car?
actually like the product that you're making? Do you
It
love
touched my heart very much.
Right.
I'd like to thank you for this chance, like doing interview with all of us. And as a shareholder and Model 3 owner, I remember like one time you tweet about your money is first in and will be last out.
Yeah.
I was really touched to see that tweet. I think it's like years ago.
Sure.
Like right after one of the shareholder meeting, I was like which CEO would do this, you know? And like after I bought my Model 3, I more believed to the company. Like I ordered a Model Y and then 2 Cybertruck. I was like, I'm a Porsche fans before, and then right now, like,
He was gonna get a Taycan until he saw the range.
yeah, I was thinking to get a Taycan. Like, why not? Like, give it a try. But
Sure.
when you look at the spec, the range turned me off. Like
Yeah.
And
It's
the price,
obsolete
too.
already.
201. Like, who's gonna buy a
For 150K as well.
just not talk about money, just talk about range itself. The spec, it's not there yet.
Yeah.
So with like 150K plus, like nobody gonna buy it. Yeah. So thank you, Elon. And
Absolutely.
yeah, thank you very much.
Well, yeah. Well, thanks you guys for your support. It really makes a difference. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't own a Tesla, so hopefully I will.
You ordered a Cybertruck though,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true.
Yeah.
and you're a shareholder.
but
Are you
it's
still in college?
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I gotta save up.
Okay.
But I will buy one, and I've got the Cybertruck, like you said.
Yeah.
But like I've made so many great memories just like through these cars. Like I've met all you guys through Tesla, and this is like amazing. Just like what kind of community just is created through products that you love, and I think that really means a lot. Like I think I've never seen people being so excited about a product before.
Yeah.
Or like having this whole family feeling. It's really
That's cool.
cool. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say congrats, first of all, because I feel like it's kind of like a feel-good moment for Tesla, all that's happening.
Yeah.
And obviously, thank you, because like you've inspired all of us. And I think there's not many things in the world that like people get pumped about that are positive about the future. Like, I really feel like we need that now. And so Tesla, like bringing us all together has been really awesome and really much needed, I think.
Great. This is really cool.
I think I'd have to agree with what Gally said, just where Tesla's going. You have a car that's actually making a difference with the clean energy, changing the earth, cleaning things up. I mean, it made me excited to see. And you're so efficient, and you actually get things, the way you do it, I don't know, you get it done. and I trust you, and I trust the company, and it's I don't know, it's such a passion. It's amazing. I don't know. I can't get the words out.
We're sometimes a little late, but we get it done in the end.
Yeah.
Always deliver.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for your support.
Well, I just want to say, like, how I described this podcast, like it kind of just grew out grassroots, right? And I look at you as also part of the community. You're as much third row as all of us, right? So I mean, I'm really grateful you were able to come on this and also tell the story.
Absolutely.
Show more people. I hope we can do it again too, because I'm sure there's going to be things that come up that we want to set the record straight too.
Yeah.
And maybe have some celebrations too. So
yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of exciting things. Probably, like I said, some, disasters and drama along the way. It's never 100% good.
We'll be there to help. So
it's always good to get feedback. Like if you're in my position, what would you do? Right. Like a lot of times, like I just don't know if something's wrong. I just don't even know it's wrong. I have to learn it somehow, and then allocate, try to figure out, okay, how do we deal with all these different issues? Scaling service effectively is very difficult, for example, and so that's like it's like a mundane thing, but it's very important.
Definitely. Yeah, I think the mobile service is incredible. And,
yeah.
I mean, I'm on my 5th Tesla now.
Yeah.
Not the last, because I just keep upgrading them.
Yeah.
So the last one, I have a P100D Model S, which is outside right there. And I have I got the license plate, Get Tesla.
Yeah.
I thought, if you want it, I would love to give it to you. So, yeah, thank you again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cool.
Elon, can you sign my Model 3?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. And my Model S, too.
All right, cool.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome to the Third Row Tesla podcast. My name is Safian Farval, and today we have a very special guest. But before I introduce our special guest, I'm going to go through and introduce our crew. So our regular Third Row Tesla podcast crew. So today we have Omar Kazi, Tesla Truth.
Boom.
And we have Kristen from
Hi.
K10. Thank you. And we got Vincent Yu from Tasmanian.
Hi.
All right, great. And then we got Galileo Russell from Hyperchange.
What up, third row?
And then we got Viv, who's Falcon Heavy.
Hey.
Great. All right, Omar, do you want to introduce our guest?
Please welcome the inventor of the car fart, Elon Musk.
Thank you. Thank you. Please put that on my gravestone.
Love it.
So yeah, it's kind of crazy that we're actually all here, and thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're all Tesla customers, fans, and it's just really good that it's finally happening. And I remember that I was looking at your Wikipedia tweet that it's like this bizarre fictionalized version of reality,
Yeah.
and I replied to him like, why don't you come on a podcast and like tell your fictionalized version of reality?
Sure, exactly. Until my fictionalized version.
And you replied, okay, sure. And I was kind of like taken by surprise by that. And, you know, the way you engage and listen to your customers online, it's like, I've never seen anything like that from, you know, a CEO of a public company or
Sure.
any executive. So can you tell us a little bit where that came from, why you communicate directly instead of like having this PR strategy that most companies have?
Sure. Well, I mean, it started out, I actually had one of the very first Twitter accounts, like when it was like less than 10,000 people. And then everyone was tweeting at me like what kind of latte they had at Starbucks. And I'm like, well, this seems like the silliest thing ever. So I deleted my Twitter account, and then someone else took it over and started tweeting in my name. Yeah. And then a couple of friends of mine, Will Lee and Jason Calcanis, they both said, hey, you should really use Twitter to get your message out. And also somebody's tweeting in your name and they're saying crazy things. So I was like, I'll say crazy things in my name.
Did you have to pay them?
No, they I'm not sure who it was, but it was for some reason, I don't know, I got my account back.
Great.
And then I was just, I don't know, to some degree it's like just sort of, I just started tweeting for fun, really. And my early tweets were quite crazy. As I was trying to explain, like the arc of insanity is short, in that it's not very steep, because it started off insane. And so if it's still insane, it's, you know, it hasn't changed that much. Yeah, and I don't know, it seemed kind of fun to, you know, I think I've said this before, it's like, you know, some people use their hair to express myself, I use Twitter.
Yeah. I love that.
Why do you like Twitter so much? I mean, you could use Instagram,
As
for
opposed to
example,
other
but
platforms.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like I don't trust Facebook, obviously, you know, and then Instagram is fine, but it's I think not exactly my style. It's hard to convey a sort of intellectual arguments on Instagram. It's hard on Twitter too, but it's but you can't, you know, it's so. Instagram is also owned by Facebook, and I was like, you know,
Deleted.
yeah, I just deleted it. It's like I didn't really need